Hey guys, how's it going? So, I'm gonna do something new where I review a movie out of my Blu-ray collection. I'm gonna call it my Blu-ray collection review, my Blu-ray collection. And the movie I am going to review as the first thing is going to be one of my favorite movies of all time, Shawshank Redemption. Now, Shawshank Redemption is like I said, one of my favorite movies of all time. I love this movie. It stars Morgan Freeman and Tim Robbins. It also has Clancy Brown in it, William Sadler, Bob Groden. Uh, yeah, good, just fantastic movie. The story is about Andy Dufresne. He's this banker. He's accused for killing his wife, or he did kill his wife. They don't decide that, and then he goes to Shawshank Prison, where the warden's very corrupt, and also the guards are really mean and really strict, and some of them are corrupt. And he befriends another prisoner, Red, played by Morgan Freeman, and basically what happens is they become really good friends. Um, Red and Andy become really good friends, and they actually really like um, have a bond. And Andy is kind of like kissing up to the warden, not kissing up, but like he's on the warden's good side, and then stuff happens. So it takes place like from I think the '60s to the '40s, yeah, '60s to the '40s, and yeah, I like I said, I love this movie. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. The first time I saw this movie, I was like, "What's Shawshank? What is this movie?" I saw it like 2 years ago. I'm like, it'll be okay. I mean, I don't know if I'll like it. And then I'm like, I heard it was like one of the all-time great movies, and it is. I love this movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Um, I just, I'm like, wow, this is one of the best, most inspiring stories. Like, this is like probably the most in Ed Wood for me, on a personal level, is very inspiring. Like to inspiration, Shawshank is one of the most inspirational movies, and just there's just something magical about it. Every time I watch it, I just feel this magical thing. I don't know if it's the score, the cinematography. It's such a great, well-made movie. Um, the writing is fantastic. You feel for this character, and you buy everything that happens in this movie. I buy every single thing that happens in this movie. I buy every single character, and not everyone character's an asshole. All the characters are interesting, even the small supporting ones. Like William Sadler's character is interesting in this movie. Uh, Everyone's great. All the characters they are good. I mean, Andy and Red are definitely some of the best movie characters of all time, and just the whole cast does such a great job with like their roles and just great performances. I mean, Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman are great. This is Morgan Freeman's best performance. Uh, Bob Groden as the warden is really good. The warden character, you love all these characters. You remember well. You don't love all of them, but you love to hate the warden. You love to hate Clancy Brown's character. Brooks, you love Brooks. I mean, God, that scene with Brooks. If you don't at least get emotional, you're not a human. You are not a human if you don't get emotional with the scene with Brooks. God, Brooks is great. James Whitmore, I think his name is. I'm not sure, but yeah, this is great. It's based off of a Stephen King book, and just the story, the cinematography, the way how Andy Dufresne's a smart character, but he's also flawed. He gets into a lot of trouble. He's not just like a good person. He gets into a lot of trouble with the wardens. Stuff happen. Red's also very flawed. All of these characters are believable and real. None of them feel fake. None of them feel Hollywood. Even though it is a big studio film and considered a classic, there's just something really timeless about it, like the timeless themes. And I love how, like, time changes. They're not like it's 1964. Like, you know, Morgan Freeman's narration is one of the best movie narrations. I love a movie with great narration, and this is great. I mean, you have Morgan Freeman to narrate it, and he's great. There's some great lines, some really funny lines. Andy Dufresne, I never touched him up that day. The writing is so good. Tim Robbins is just really good at his delivery. Andy, like I said, well written characters. Just Frank Darabont did such a great job directing and writing this movie. Um, this or Pulp Fiction or Ed Wood should have won. Um, but I mean, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. This should have been. Forrest Gump's still a great movie, still one of my favorites, but 1994 is my favorite year in film, and this just proves it. This is just quality film, just quality acting, quality directing. The cinematography by Roger Deakins, the score by Thomas Newman is just perfect. They complement together perfectly. The setting, the costume design, it is like literally a perfect movie. I cannot find a single flaw. The way the story flows, like I said, all the characters you legitimately buy. I know I'm repeating it, but that is literally what it is. It's just so great, and the 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 when it gets intense, you really feel that intense gripping. The best thing about a director is when he gets you hooked into this movie. Like, this movie literally gets you sucked in. When a director can suck you into his own movie, like Tarantino does with a lot of his movies, and this movie, or like Big Lebowski, or Jaws, a director should suck you into a movie, and this is definitely what Morgan Freeman did. Frank Darabont did. Um, I mean, they're just look. I mean, it is just a great movie. I really love this movie. This is one of the greatest movies of all time, the best prison movie of all time, and just really good characters, really good story, really good directing, just really good all around. A perfect movie. I'm gonna give Shawshank Redemption an A plus. All right, guys, that's my review of Shawshank Redemption. I'm gonna do more of my Blu-rays. I might do an older movie. I don't know which one yet, but I might do a classic. I do own a few classics. So I'm going to do one of them next week probably, or I don't know, but I think most likely it's going to be a classic movie. So, alright guys, like, subscribe, and bye-bye.